Thank you, Christina. This is very cool. I'm so honored to be here as a part of Chef Dance and these really intriguing conversations, as a part of Sundance and this incredible group of people that helped put this together. Everybody at HP, Christina and Vic and the entire team who were so bold in their willingness to set us free and to just really take this question of can we find the balance between tech and humanity and challenge us to come up with a way to start a conversation amongst all of you. It's ironic that we will eventually be distributing this on a digital platform because it's a film that will beg you to put down your devices, but that in itself is an acknowledgement of the balance. As Christina said, there is so much good that comes from technology. Thinking of a film festival, I mean, so many filmmakers who have been set free by the democratization of the medium through technology. You look at films in the past year, like the documentary For Sama, shot largely on a cell phone. Like, that's incredible. This is what we need, but how do we live our lives without completely cutting ourselves off and becoming numb? So this is a story about what would happen if we got to clean out our consciousness and start over. What would we notice? What would we feel? How would it set us free? There's not much dialogue in this film because it's a global question, a global issue. This is a film that you could watch anywhere and totally understand, and that's the intention. So hopefully it'll find its way around the world because of technology. See, good and bad, good and bad. But I just wanted to say thank you to everybody at the lab, and Anonymous and HP, and I'm really grateful to be here, and I hope you'll join us for the conversation afterwards. So thank you so much. When the folks at the lab called me and said, HP wants to do something really bold, they have this concept which is more like a question. How can we find balance? What is the state of our relationship to technology? What's your take on that? And I was like, this is my jam. I love someone like lobbing a really interesting question at me and thinking, what do you think? I'm like, yes. Even in the, film production world, no matter how cool and progressive your production company and studio is, it's rare to have the kind of creative freedom that I had on this piece. So even on the level of 10 minutes, for a filmmaker to have that kind of freedom for 10 minutes is extraordinary. And really sets new standards for yourself. So it was very cool. I remember we were location scouting and I kept running into walls while we were scouting. And our DP was like, Olivia, you are the problem. And I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. And I think it drew my attention to my own obsession with tech and my connection to it. And then, as I was saying before, it surprised me how completely pervasive it was. And I really thought we were going to have to construct these scenarios where every single person was on their phone, and we never had to. And we asked all our background to please keep your eyes on the phone, but we realized we didn't have to ask anyone because they were doing it already. And in fact, you think it would be difficult in Times Square or anywhere in New York to control crowds, and we were like, how are we going to get everyone to look like they're part of this movie? And then we quickly realized, like, oh wait, everyone already looks like they're in this movie and that they understand the premise. And it was kind of horrifying. And we were like, wow. And when we were cutting the film, when we originally thought of this as being the super high concept, like imagine a world where everyone's consumed by technology, there's one woman who exists among them, and then we were like, wait, you can't acknowledge the high concept because it just looks real. And we found ourselves thinking, how are we going to highlight this issue? Because at first pass, it just looks like a girl walking through town, and it's so familiar to us now, we don't even question it. Everyone on the train staring at their phones, we don't question it. There's one shot that I love where Margaret has her arms spread, looking at this extraordinary sunset, and there's the skyline of Manhattan, and everyone who walks by is looking down, including people with strollers, which is always like the creepiest thing. But I just was really stunned by it, and I started seeing it everywhere, and I thought, this is a real problem. Is technology gonna have to start reminding us to look up? Is our phone gonna have little reminders that tells you, just look up, don't take a picture of it, don't share it. It's not about like snap it, share it, pick or it didn't happen. It's just look up and don't maybe tell anyone about what you see, just look up. Is that gonna be the way? Reminders? That's so sad.